Hey everybody, welcome to TechKnow Tuesday. This is season 2, episode 11, I think. Woohoo! I'm good.
11.
Wow.
I'm Phil,
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Kendrick.
and we spend endless amount of time just talking about cool tech stuff and sometimes FTC, First Tech Challenge. So, Kendrick, do you have some information for us today?
Got some Reddit formation. That doesn't
Reddit.
that doesn't roll off the tongue quite the same though. Controversial topics
Oh,
today.
okay, we like
by the
those
way.
because we can rag on people this way.
Super controversial. So there's a Reddit post titled "Judging Criteria: What You Say versus What You Do."
What you see is what you get.
Yeah, they don't have a flare with the team number, so it's
Oh,
just
incognito.
a username.
Someone
So-
who didn't want to be picked on.
They say, as a rookie team coach, what I observed from our interleague and state championship awards is that judging criteria is very confusing and inconsistent. I don't understand how a team ranked last won Think Award. FTC judges should give more weight for on-field performance. They should not give them credit. They should not give credit for the team make a big splash on paper for a design it never worked on the field.
So I guess the first thing that we should have done is looked up the criteria for Think Award because, of course, as we all know, first posts in complete and excruciating detail what the criteria for the awards are meant to be.
Meant to
Right.
be.
How well it's judged, of course, is very subjective and
Yeah.
whatever.
Right.
So I guess we've had instances where we've felt like you
Yeah.
know, on the one hand, someone who got the Inspire Award that's meant to include the robot component never won a match, never scored more than a few
Right.
points, and you kind of wonder why. Did anyone even look at that robot when they get that award? But you know, it is tricky.
Things like the Innovate Award with a little mini robot that did nothing on the field, and
Yeah.
you kind of wonder how they got the award. And
Well, yeah. So the innovate and the implementation weren't necessarily both judged
Right.
equally. I mean, what I would say that I think the biggest problem with FTC judging is there's no feedback to the teams. I mean, we're all meant to be about continuing improvement, the engineering process, and in the real world, you would be getting specific feedback. You know, when you do a employment review, you get told what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right. I think that would help a lot
Yeah.
in terms of teams knowing what's important, what they said that resonated with the judges, what they didn't say that the judges were looking for, stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember a couple years back, we got some feedback on the engineering notebook especially, and some on our tech talk, but
Yeah.
we haven't gotten much since then.
Yeah, well, and it's not like it can't be done. I mean, look at Lego League. Lego League is, they give you back the sheets. They give you back the judging sheets. You can look at how well you did in the different categories. It's, if there is no rubric and it's purely subjective, it's really difficult for a team to even know what to do when they go to judging.
Yeah.
What's important, what's not important. You can go the other extreme, the mate competitions, for example. The judging criteria is like you get 2 points for this, 1 point for this, 1 point for this,
Yeah.
and so it doesn't leave a lot of leeway for creativity.
Yeah.
So I can see you don't want either extreme. I think.
Yeah, on that one, we just design our tech talk to go down and step each one and make sure they know that that's which box we're talking about,
Yeah.
basically.
But the nice thing about that is they give you the sheet back afterwards.
Yeah, so you can see what,
how well you did.
Yeah.
You can see they did check off this box, so we got that.
or they didn't check off that one.
so we need to work on that one.
Right.
So, I mean, it's
Tricky, but
it's a mix.
I think holding to some degree the judges accountable to provide feedback to justify why they made their decision, be it right or wrong. At least that way,
Yeah.
the teams can see how they were perceived, because there's a big thing in the FTC judging handbook all about teams should do self-evaluation, which is like, how well do you think you did? Well, teams always think they did well. I mean, we don't go in thinking, oh, we're going to do really bad or we did really bad. I mean, the real question is what did or didn't the judges see that we did or didn't do? That's really the question.
I mean, they just get a bunch of sheets back, and it's like, oh, everyone marked themselves down as a 10.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Man, they all deserve awards.
Yeah.
It's just, it doesn't work.
I mean,
very
being
well.
told what you're not doing right, to me, is more important than being told what you are doing right.
Yeah.
So that's what I'd like to see. Where are we deficient? Where can
Yeah.
we improve? Continuing improvement.
Yeah.
Speaking of improving, I hear Kevin's improving himself by going to college, right?
I've been going to college now. This is like my sixth
Still
semester.
going to college, Kevin?
Yeah, I was still enrolled in high school, so I went to college and
Still
high school at the
improving
same time.
himself.
So
Still
yeah.
improving.
So classes started the other day.
I hear you're like quite the business buzz now.
Yeah, this was my business class semester. I have 4 business classes and then biology. So my topic is on specifically biology because I'm taking it online. Well, there's an aspect of biology that shouldn't be online, like
Cutting up stuff?
Yeah, like cutting up stuff. So we have a lab to do, and it's really interesting because it's this really cool simulator. The very first one I did, I've only done a couple of the experiments so far, but one of them's like you put sand in one side of a container and cornstarch in another, and you put a bunch of bugs in, and then they crawl around and they eventually migrate to the one side, and it's really interesting how their software works because it's
Do
pretty
you ever
cool.
wonder how closely the software actually
Yeah.
simulates what the bugs
I
are
mean,
doing? Do
yeah.
we really know what the bugs are thinking?
Yeah, probably not. I mean, but this is pretty cool because the simulator, even after a long while, they'll all migrate over there, and once in a while, one will come back, and
The black sheep of the bugs.
yeah. But it's pretty interesting, and they have some really cool. I just think the software is pretty cool in it. It's nice.
Speaking of biological simulators, next door to our building, there's classes that teach emergency medical
Yeah.
stuff, and they have a couple of body simulators. And it's not like the old days if it's a dummy that sits there. I mean, these are hooked up to computers, and they can. I think there's a child one and an adult one, and they can simulate, arrhythmia in the heart. They can simulate, breathing problems. They can simulate blood pressure. They can simulate all sorts of stuff to the point where, the EMS staff are trained to recognize and react to specific, conditions
Yeah.
that this robot simulates. It's pretty cool.
Huh. Expensive.
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
I think so. In the $1,000
Yeah.
range, I think.
Can simulate all this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's
That
a real
normally
sim.
means
It's not like a
expensive.
soft. It's actually a real body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's anything that's got mechanical components always costs more.
Yeah, especially if you can control all those little details
Yeah.
of it.
Like,
But that's
Yeah.
going to be that's going to give you much better training than
Oh
just
yeah, it should.
a stupid
I mean,
dummy, right?
yeah, and you can do stuff on it you can't do with a real person. So on the one hand, doing training on a real person would be good. A person just can't fake arrhythmia. Just okay, check me. I've got arrhythmia. Come on, do it.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go. Not in America, anyway.
any volunteers?
Any volunteers? That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Something else about FTC. The numbers have gotten into the 5-digit range
Right.
now. That's crazy. That's a
yeah.
lot of teams.
Thousands. Yes.
That's a lot of numbers to fit on a robot.
That's right. Yes, they're going to be 3 inches tall, and they're going to be
Has anyone ever seen Team Number One? I mean, I've seen Tech Brick 7.
I have
but-
at Worlds 2 years in a row, I think.
Really?
Team
Wow.
Unlimited.
Oh, that.
Well, for a couple of years, they handed out. No, that's right. They didn't do that. That's the Lego I'm thinking of. Team Unlimited.
I think they were there. I think they were there the first 2 years that we went.
Well, when they assigned the numbers, you had the choice of taking the team. You also had the choice of taking the number of your FRC team. So maybe they're associated with FRC Team Number One. Because yeah.
I guess it could be, where they just were actually team
Super
number
lucky. Super lucky.
Yeah, I'm like, man, Team Number One. That's
A lot of pressure there.
yeah. You got to be a special
You blew it
person.
in the robot. Hey, all your numbers are falling off your robot, dude. It's like, no.
one. We just have one number.
That's like Team 7 at FRC. They're always 007.
Yeah.
They're always 007. Yes. All right, so I guess I got a little FTC topic too. And it's really not an FTC specific topic. But I thought there's a lot of teams out there, new teams, building their robots, and they're starting off with the basic kits. But at some point, they're going to want to start branching out. And I just wanted to make sure that everyone knew about the superest, best, coolest resource for materials out there, which is McMaster.
We get a bunch of stuff from there.
McMaster, you got to go. I mean, if you're looking for anything, mcmaster.com, McMaster.
And this isn't related to McDonald's.
No, it's
No,
not McDonald's.
no, you don't get a burger out of
Yeah,
it.
they may have sold 1 billion of something, but I don't think it's yeah.
Yeah.
So some of the really cool things I like about McMaster. First of all, it's a great training site. So you go in there, you don't know anything about plastic. So you say, go search box, you go plastic, and the first thing that comes up is, all sorts of different things made out of plastics, but also all different kinds of plastics. And so you can click on the, properties page, and they list the physical properties of all the different kinds of plastics. What they're best for, what they're not good for, what their cost ranges are, what's their strength, what's their durability, what's their surface tension. They got all those individual descriptions. And then if you just start clicking on the various things, well, so you click on polycarbonate, then it'll start showing you parts that they have that are made out of polycarbonate. So you can really, really learn a lot about materials. You got the metals, you got the plastics. Same thing with glues. You're going to go in there, glue, and you type in super glue, and who knew there were 26 different types of instant glue, all tailored to different kinds of things. sticking rubber, for sticking underwater, for sticking porous. It's quite a sight. So beyond that, once you get into the thing that you want, so you want to get a particular bolt, so you go to the bolt section, of course. So now you can subcategorize. Well, I need a bolt for a number. I need a number 6 bolt. I need it to be this long. As you keep clicking down the search criteria, your screen, gets more and more refined to the point where you have, a couple of screens worth of actual parts with part numbers. So you can then compare based on price, which of course is my ultimate thing. If 2 things are the same, I'm going to get the cheapest one.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. The ordering is fantastic because you build your card up, and I find that at the time where I'm done, it's like, okay, as I'm ready to go, click, I want to buy it, it's bought. I get the instant email, and then here in Maryland, certainly they turn up the next day. So I ordered some stuff like about 5:00 last night. They're going to be here this morning, and it's just ground shipping. It doesn't get paid very much. The other really cool thing is, now that I've done all these orders, if I want to say, now what was that part that I got the other day? You can go to the order history, but it's not just like a list. It's actually pictures of everything that you have purchased historically. So I can run down really quickly and find that particular piece of metal or the tube or the whatever, find it, click on it, it brings you back to the catalog page with it and all the other pieces like it, so I can get something the same or something different. It's a great site. It's a great learning site. It's a great purchasing site. Prices are really reasonable, and you can find everything there.
We got some huge sprockets from there this last year, like for FTC.
And we got the tiny versions of the ones you got. We just got these little tiny ones. Yeah, exactly. It also teaches you to be more aware about what you're getting. Like, what are the critical dimensions? What are the units? What's important about each different part? If you can get every different number of teeth on your gear, which number of teeth do you really need?
Right.
Versus here's 2 that come with the kit. It's like, learn about it.
Yeah, you may go to McMaster being like, I need a small sprocket, and then you go there and you're like, wait, there's different numbers of teeth here and different shaft diameters.
Right. Set screw, not set screw. Different different materials, different weights.
There's all kinds of different ways of mounting it. How do I want to mount it?
And what it is to me, it's like the old days when I was a kid and you go to the hardware store where, there are all these boxes of everything and you had to search through it to find stuff. And while you're searching through, you learn stuff, So I kind of like it. So McMaster.com. Go there for stuff.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
And learning.
Good learning and stuff. Yeah, exactly. So
That's their new site tagline.
New learning and stuff.
Good learning and stuff.
That's right.
That should be our tagline.
Hello. Oh, UBS.
Found them.
Well, guess what came today? McMaster's stuff.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Phil, what was that about stuff turning up today?
Look, it's my delivery from McMaster.
Nothing like a live delivery. Delivered straight to us here in the set.
That timing was amazing.
Amazing, yeah. So from door to door in what is that, 14 hours or something? That's pretty cool.
That's
Pretty impressive.
pretty impressive. Yeah.
Their warehouse must be really close by.
And we're not like, Maryland. We're
like Baltimore or anything like that. No, we're like in the sticks in Western Maryland.
If you look at the map, we're the far west little blob of Garrett County.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we don't live near anything at all.
I couldn't have done that better with that timing,
Yeah, I know. That was pretty great. We just got done talking about McMaster.
All right.
They don't have fancy boxes. They don't have fancy boxes with McMaster on it. They should
Yeah.
have. Yeah, that'd be good advertising. I have to tell them.
I mean, it's still a box.
It's a little box.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Anything else? Any other Reddits you want to talk about? Seemed to me like you had some other things you wanted to talk about.
We want more controversy.
Yeah, more controversy.
More
Not enough
controversy?
controversy
Oh, man.
in this podcast yet. Oop, it's gone now.
So while he's looking,
It's gone.
so what else is happening, Kevin?
Oh, college.
Working on mate robots, underwater robots.
Yeah, that's right. Made robots happening. We've got the manipulators working the other day.
Cool.
I got the other one here.
Okay.
So this one is titled Norfolk Qualifying Semifinal Potential Controversial Decision.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that one.
I am the co-captain of Team 1044-2. That's
We'll
another
bleep
one of
that
those. It's one of those 5-digit teams, Iron Giants.
Man, how many
another
bleeps do you...
Is that
Kenner,
another bleep?
just going to bleep you all day.
Our team was wildly successful and made it all the way to the finals when a judge re-examined the scoring from the semifinals round 2, which would give the win to the opponent alliance, thus taking us out of the finals and putting the aforementioned alliance in the finals without a rematch. When the decision was made, we were in shock and searched the internet far and wide to find a rule that would support their decision. We asked the Alliance if they would like to have a rematch, but the head referee said that we couldn't do that. We left that qualifier with nothing to show for our success as a new team. Please, I beg everyone who reads this to help our efforts to find the rule that either supports or contradicts their decision and to email FTC about the match or comment on this thread to help us understand what occurred. We will comment on this.
We'll come up with the
Did they mention like what happened other than just they
Didn't like the fact that it was overturned.
yeah
Other than, they just said that they re-examined the scoring for
Yeah,
the
but
semifinals match.
they never said why?
They never gave a reason why.
I really dislike when I'm asked to give an opinion on something without knowing the actual information
Yeah.
associated with it. I mean, I could see two criteria. I could see two totally different scenarios.
Well, I mean, they probably don't know either, though.
Well,
They may not even know.
it seems
what
like
happened.
if they overturned the previous judgment, someone would have to come up to them and said, "Okay, this is what we're doing. This is why we're doing it." I cannot believe under any circumstances they would not have done that, because that
Yeah.
would just be so unfirst-like. It wouldn't be the case. So someone knows on their team, probably, they may not have been paying attention at the time, perhaps, when it was explained to them. And if they didn't understand it at the time, they really should have asked. But I mean, I can see two scenarios. I mean, on the one hand, what they've described could be perfectly reasonable to me. And that would be where there was a physical error made that is obviously recognizable. So, for example, if the referee said, yes, he got a hang, and gave the sheets to the scoring people, and the scoring people did not enter that into the scoring software, therefore causing an error in the score, then that should instantly be corrected at the first opportunity. And because it's not, a value judgment, it's just a transcription error.
Yeah.
On the other hand, if someone they didn't get credit for a hang, and then someone said, well, yes, I did, and they gave the reason, and they contested it, or they wanted to say, well, you didn't see it, then that doesn't justify overturning a score. So there's reasons for and against, and the real question is what happened in this case.
Yeah.
The fact that, do they need a special rule to say that they're allowed to do it? Well, of course they're allowed to do it. I mean, if the scoring was incorrect and it was corrected, then and the fact is, it sounds like they said from their second semifinal to the finals, which means that was only a match or so in between. And always, if you have an issue with scoring or judging, you go to the question box and you have two matches to question it. Well, I would imagine the other team questioned something. Someone questioned something, and it sounds like it was probably within two matches. So it seems perfectly legitimate.
Yeah.
Right.
So the real question is, if they're going to complain about it, they need to know exactly why the overturning was done. And at this point, it's probably too late, because they probably can't, whatever.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if someone overturned it now, well, that would be terrible, because it's gone more than two matches. It's been several days. So you have a certain criteria of time for overturning or questioning rulings.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like being like, oh, can the judges stop a match? Well,
If they have to, they have to.
It's not, you don't have to go through and say, can the judge pick up a block? Well, at any point in time, even resetting the field, well, it shouldn't have to be stated.
It doesn't
There's
have
some
to be
stuff that
specific.
just doesn't make sense. So,
And I think if you look and find the part about contesting judging, there are rules in the manual that says what the procedure for it is.
Yeah.
So were those procedures done? We don't know.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine, at that point, that any judge or referee is going to just say, you're right, I like that opinion better than this opinion, I'm going to change the score. That's not going to happen. They're going to need something pretty darn blatant.
Yeah, I mean, there's been times where they should have changed the score that we've been to competitions, and they just don't, because they don't want to change it. It's like, it does take a lot for them to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, looks like we got cut off there for a second.
I know, seriously. Someone should get a bigger memory card in there.
It's not the card, it's the camera
It's the
problem.
Camera.
And it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't believe that you might want to film a 1 hour 1 hour show or something like that.
Anything more than 20 minutes, apparently.
I don't know exactly what it. I should.
It's probably like a
research this.
2 gigabit file size or something like that.
I should research this, but maybe it has to do with RAM or something like that.
You can make
but
a
it's like-
controversial post on some forum.
Yeah.
oh boy,
What's up with this?
Well,
It's crazy.
I guess that kind of means we went over time anyways. So,
it's got a 20-minute cap on it.
Yeah.
We had a chat. All right. So I guess we have to go then.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
Right.
Let's look forward to more controversy next week.
Oh, man.
All right. So it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from them.
See ya.
Bye.
TechKnow Tuesdays out of here.